the jalapeno popper. If there's a more popular appetizer, snack, whatever you want to call it, at a party, at a barbecue, at a picnic, I haven't seen it. And there's several ways you can do jalapeno poppers. I've done them deep fried and breaded. I've done them bacon wrapped out on the grill. In fact, I did a video on that and I'll put a link to that video. But today we're going to be doing it inside in the oven. Super easy method, doesn't take a long time. So let's get to it. So I've got a bunch of jalapenos here, and these are some pretty good sized ones. And I need to start breaking these down, cleaning them out. So we'll use this one for demonstration right here. So the first thing you want to do is you want to kind of find the way that your jalapeno popper will lie or not lie. So if you put it like this, it's going to want to roll. So what we actually want to do is find that spot and cut along that to make two halves. Now I've done this before where I've only used the whole jalapeno to stuff. I've sort of made a cut and made almost like a little canoe and stuffed that and put the other top back on. But we're going to be doing this kind of traditional where you just cut it in half. Now, not both sides are going to have a stem because, well, I can't split that stem exactly down the center. But let's see where this one goes right here. So it kind of looks like it curves right here. So what I want to do is cut this way so that the two halves will lay flat on the rack that we're going to put these in the oven on. So first thing I want to do is I'm just going to kind of go on one side of that stem over here, straight down, get a good cut. Now these two halves will just lie like that. They won't roll around. They're not going to be too wobbly. So that's what we're going for here. Now let's clean this out. Just got a plate here and a spoon. And this to me is really the simplest way to do this. You just go in there with the spoon, dig out the seeds, the ribs. A lot of times this will all come out together, but not every time. And it helps if you have a smaller spoon too to really get in here and scrape that. Really clean it out. Get this side done. And when you're working with peppers, gloves are a really good thing to have. If you're not wearing gloves, make sure you don't touch your eyes, anywhere else sensitive. Wash your hands really good. It can be uncomfortable. Ask me how I know. Actually, don't ask me. So this is what we're looking for. Now, obviously at the ends here, you're not really going to eat these because it's sort of the stem, but that's sort of the idea of it. When you're serving it after it's all stuffed and wrapped up in bacon, because these are going to be bacon wrapped, you kind of hold it like this, yeah, eat it that way. It's somewhere to actually grab onto. Let's do another one. Let's find our spot here. I think it's right here. We're trying to get it as close to evenly half as possible. Get in here and get our seeds out. Scrape it down, and if a couple seeds get in there and kind of get stuck and you don't find them, well, be a little extra hot. Get this half. Sometimes jalapeno juice will squirt in your eye, which it just did for me. It's not too bad, but in a minute I'm going to have to wash that eye out. All right, that one's looking good too. I'm going to finish cleaning the rest of them, and I'll bring you back when it's time to make our filling. Now, fillings for poppers can be just about anything you want, but traditionally it's some sort of cheese. A lot of people will use like a cheddar cheese, or really the one I've seen the most is just straight cream cheese. Well, today I'm going to be using cream cheese. I've got 8 ounces of cream cheese here that's been softened. I sat it out at room temperature for about 20 minutes. And what I'm going to add to this is about, I don't know, 5 ounces or so of a pepper jelly. This is a hot and sweet pepper jelly that I got at my local Trader Joe's. You don't have to get this specific one. I've seen different pepper jellies. You can use anything you want. You don't have to do this. You can add any flavors in here you want. Make this your own. But we're going to mix these together. So I want to get about half of this because this is an 11-ounce jar. Right about there. I'm just going to mix this together now. Use whatever I can here. If I need a stiffer spoon, I will. Could use a mixer if I wanted to here. But really, it's just about taking the time, breaking this down. Cream cheese could have been a little softer. I probably could have let it sit another 10 minutes, but it'll work. I'm actually going to get in here with a fork and really just sort of mash this and mix it. If it gets soft enough, you could actually use a whisk, but I think with this consistency right now, a whisk, it would just stick to the inside. And it doesn't have to be fully blended. You just want to get those flavors mixed in. You're still going to see pieces of that pepper jelly, those peppers in there. Scrape our fork off here. A little more mixing. I'm happy with that. Let's go ahead and fill our poppers. So here are a couple of our jalapeno halves, and I'm just going to demonstrate here filling them. This isn't rocket science, but you know, you want to try and get it right. So you take a spoon, you know, just fill it as best you can. Some stuff's going to fall out. It's all right. And you can fill it as full as you want. Let's get these little stragglers here. Pile that a little higher back here. If you need to use different spoons, go ahead. Now it's bacon time. So what I like to do is I'm just going to start here at the stem end. And I want to bring it over the top, and then I'm just going to work my way down here. And it looks like we're going to need another piece of bacon. We'll go with another little half piece right here at the end. Just go around. Then we're going to take a toothpick, and we have our end right here, and we're just going to go at an angle, because this is going to be the bottom side here, and I don't want that toothpick to be holding it up so it doesn't lie flat. Just like that. Let's do another one. Start filling it up. Get a nice piece of bacon here. Looks like we're going to be going 1.5 pieces each here. Nothing wrong with that. Another toothpick. Just want to pin that bacon in place, just like that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and finish filling these. I'll bring you back when it's time to get them in the oven. So here are our bacon-wrapped pepper jelly jalapeno poppers. I decided to do 10 of them. Don't count how many are actually on the tray. You don't want to know what happened to number 10. Now my oven is preheated to 375 degrees, and these are going to go in for probably 15 minutes or so, but every oven is different, and it's really about the doneness that you want on your bacon. That heat will just have enough time to get in there, kind of melt the cheese a little bit, soften everything up, but it's really about the crispiness of the bacon that you want. And if you see cheese oozing out, that's just part of this. You've got a lot of oozy, gooey stuff in there that's good. Some of it's going to want to come out. And I have this on a baking rack in the baking tray. That just allows air to come up around it. I think it does a better job of crisping the bottom. You could do it on a tray, no problem, but I just find this works better. All right, let's go ahead and get this in the oven. Here are our poppers fresh out of the oven. Now that took 25 minutes actually. 15 minutes is sort of that first look time, and every oven is different. You've got to cook these to how crispy you want them. You know that I like bacon a little closer to AFS. If you've watched my videos, acceptable floppy state, that wouldn't be good for this. So these are a little crispier than I would normally have regular bacon, but this is as far as I would take these. Now I'm gonna let these cool for a few minutes, then I'm gonna take the toothpicks out, and then we're gonna have a taste. So I have a couple of our finished poppers here, and I'm ready to dive in. But one thing I want to mention is this is really one of those recipes that you can make your own. One of the things I've done before when I make the filling and before I put something like bacon on is I'll hit that with some favorite barbecue rub. This is what's great about this type of cooking is there's sort of a basic thing. You have the jalapeno, you have a filling, and you have the bacon. You can use any kind of bacon you want. You can use any kind of filling you want. It's really about making it your own. And this is about how I like it. So let's dive in. Here we go. This is perfect for me. I know a lot of people love the bacon a lot crispier. Go ahead and make it crispier, just cook it a little longer in the oven. But this is sort of a halfway point for me between AFS and crispy, and I think I nailed it. That pepper jelly is nice because there's a little bit of sweet, a little bit of heat, and the jalapenos actually aren't that hot. That's one of the things about jalapenos. I've had them where you taste them and there's just really not any heat there. You get a different one and it is packed with heat. So it is one of those peppers that doesn't across the board always give you the same thing. Right here, it's just fantastic flavor. All right, what the heck, I'm gonna go for the second one too. Really, really happy with these.